Here's a list of the stops here in today's video. If you wish to see them, just pause the video. We now leave Waterford bus station at 10:40 am and our journey should take around 2 hours and 25 minutes. An adult single costs €21.50. There is also a screen up in front here, as you can see, and it shows the stops ahead. And Bus Ireann buses has leather seating and large luggage storage underneath and overhead storage above. And there is USB charging on most of these buses, but not all expressway buses. As you can see here, toilets are located at the centre of the bus as shown. And as we bid goodbye to Waterford, we head through Tipperary for some majestic scenery ahead. Now cross over Rice Bridge, which was constructed in 1982. And we see before us the river shore, where it meets the sea. No wonder the Vikings loved this town, easy sea and city access. We now see the river shore cable bridge ahead. When it was constructed, a Viking settlement was discovered here at Woodstown. Also to come, I'm going to show you a place and name in Limerick where the famous Irish song "The Fields of Athenry," the verse "You stole Trevelyan's corn" and the meaning of it. And look at these for magnificent sunshine over the Comera mountain range, very popular for hill walkers. And now enjoy the views for a bit, as the best is yet to come, so she tells me. Across a scenic walkway along the river shore, not far from the stop of Carrigon Shore in County Tipperary. Popular with kayakers and canoers, this spot is. In Ireland, you will see we pass many an old ruined castle. We now pass the Bulmer's or Magner's cider factory, and it's brewed here in Clonmel, County Tipperary. Again, look at the views, they're absolutely astounding, and the weather, a place I'm proud to call home. We now approach the stop for Kerr Castle. I covered this in a recent video, so we'll leave the link above. There's a bit of a window reflection as I tried to get the best shots. We now approach Limerick Bus Station, but the hidden gem sites are yet to come, so stay tuned. Now enter Limerick newly renovated bus station in good time. One hidden gem of a place with great history is the village of Adare in County Limerick, an affluent village for centuries. The wealth is evident throughout. Adare Park is also very scenic and a peaceful place to visit. You may even get a chance to feed the lovely little birds in this park in Adare. Now approach the washing pool here in Adare, where families use to wash their clothes and gossip, so it's an interesting sight to see if you're here in County Limerick. And let's walk to the river edge. Picture the scene and gossip here many years ago. Adare Friary, also known as the Black Abbey, coming up here, is an Augustinian friary founded in 1316 by the Earl of Kildare. It's also worth a visit if you're in the village of Adare. And there is also a tourist information office here in Adare, County Limerick. As we drive by, you can see the small little cottages in this beautiful town of Adare, County Limerick, which I recommend a visit. And here is a shot of Adare Castle over the River Mulguire. Adare does have a splendid golf course, and the hotel is owned by the famous Irish horse trainer J.P. McManus. And St. Munchin's Church here, it was an existing church. It was erected in 1827, and they're said to have been a church here on this site since 1561. The ancient parish of Church of St. Munchin has served a cathedral long before St. Mary's Church across the way was built. The unique feature of this church, we're here standing in St. Munchin's Church there near King John's Castle in Limerick, and we're going to visit the grave or the tomb of Trevelyan. He's the cousin of Charles Edward Trevelyan, made famous in the Fields, Vat and Rye song. You stole Trevelyan's corn so the young might see the morn. And he was infamous or notorious during the famine for saying the calamity of God sent the famine on Irish to teach them a lesson. So I bet you didn't know that. So if you're here in Limerick, St. Munchin's Church, you can visit the Protestant church and visit his cousin's grave. We'll take a look at her now and give you a bit more history. And Charles Edward Trevelyan was a Lord Lieutenant in Dublin Castle, and he overlooked all the supplies. And as I just said, he was made famous in the Fields of Vat and Rye. And here in St. Munchin's Church, you can see the grave of his cousin Trevelyan, and it's the Protestant church here. So we just came by just to give you a brief history, because this is, after all, not just a travel channel. Give you a brief history. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed our bus journey from Waterford to Limerick, and you do get a chance to visit some of these gems where you don't see on other channels. Charles Trevelyan, I suppose, was notorious for keeping corn stocks that were delivered from far away as America and other places, and the Irish are known to have stolen some of these stocks because there was a bad famine at the time. And as you see, some of these tombstones are pretty old, and they even had their own crypt where they'd be interred, and pretty expensive for one of these crypts back in the day. So inside their coffins, so we'll be respectful, we won't look inside. This being a Protestant graveyard, there's even some Celtic crosses here. You can see the affluence of some of these crypts would have taken some money to build back in the day. So mainly the working class people and upper class people lived here, not the poor and impoverished people of Limerick. And as you see, some of these graves are right beside the River Shannon. Very affluent place to be buried, looking right across the river, and across the way we'll see St. Munchin's Catholic Church. So what a place to be buried.